everybody, welcome back to Crash Blade Gaming. I am your host Crash, and today we're going to be looking at a deck that was referred to me by a friend, and I think they were able to cook up this deck pretty well. I did make a couple changes to the deck, but we'll get all of that stuff in the deck list. And yeah, it's a pretty simple deck to play. You don't have to think of that much about things, and sometimes you can just sit back, relax, and make your opponent worry about what they're going to do. Anyways, I think it's a really cool deck, fun to play, and let's go ahead and get into the deck list. Espathra EX is a 260 HP grass type Terra Pokemon that's a stage 1 with the ability Dazzling Gaze. As long as this Pokemon is in the active spot, attacks used by your opponent's active Pokemon cost 1 colorless more, which is pretty disruptive sometimes. Also has the attack Psyball, which helps with the ability for 1 Psychic Energy, does 30 damage plus 30 more damage for each energy attached to both active Pokemon. We've seen attacks like this before, and most of the time they're generally pretty good. The only downside to this is if your opponent's able to get rid of all their energies after they attack. Hint, hint, one specific deck. But anyways, how do we make this deck work? We have a 4-3 line of the Espathra and Flittle here. Nice thing about Flittle, though, is it does have free retreat, so you can start with Flittles. However, the 30 HP does make it a little bit weak for some matchups, but that's okay. We are not going to be respecting Sableye in this deck. A lot of Lost Zones decks don't use Sableye that much, and also with Espathra in the active spot, plus the Stadium Pokemon League headquarters, it takes 2 more energies for Sableye to attack, so Sableye has to have 3 energies for it to be able to attack, which is why I'm not really respecting Sableye. I am, however, respecting Greninja by playing the Manaphy in here. Greninja does need 3, 4, or 5 energies to attach. Most decks that play Greninja, like Lost Zone and Chien-Pao, are able to power up Greninja pretty easily, which is why I'm respecting him. We also have 1 copy of Mimikyu here to shut down decks that only play Pokemon EX as attackers or Vs. Really helps us in the games against that so that we have a lot of time to work our strategy. We also have 1 Spiritomb EX to shut off the basic Pokemon Vs abilities, like Raikou's and Genesects and all that stuff. 2-2 line of Bibarel, 1 Skwovet for our draw engine. Now, all the item cards here are to make our deck work. We have 1 counter catcher, 4 Crushing Hammers because we want to limit and control the amount of energies that our opponent is able to use to attack. There's a strategy in this deck where you don't really need to do much and you kind of just let your opponent run out of cards. Like, you can deck them out with this deck pretty easily sometimes as well. And it also makes it harder for them to kind of attack. And while you can attack for 1 energy, your opponent needs to use a lot. So it gives you some time to get some damage into play, able to take the KOs when you want. Now we have 1 Earthen Vessel to find our Psychic Energies when we need them. 4 Level Balls, because most of our Pokemon are under that 90 HP threshold, except for the evolutions, which is fine. That's also why we're playing 4 Ultra Balls as well. 1 Super Rod, get back our Flittles usually, and some energies. 2 Switching, don't want to be stuck in the active, that's why we play 2 Switching. And then we got an Artazon to kind of help us set up. I've been thinking about cutting Artazon. I don't see myself using it that much, so you could cut Artazon for a different card if you want. Also, another card up for consideration to be cut is Erika's Invitation. It's good for stalling sometimes, but it's very situational and hard to use. I did also have Giovanni's something, the new Giovanni supporter, where you put an energy from your opponent's active Pokemon back to their hand, and I think you can attach 1. I took that card out as well because I think the Crushing Hammers are enough to control the opponent's energy. And sometimes you actually want their energies on there so you can do the KOs. So anyways, a really important card here is Pokemon League Headquarters. I have 4 copies of this. We want attacks used by basic Pokemon to cost 1 colorless energy more. Meaning that, like I was mentioning Sableye, it's going to take 3 energies for it to use its Lost Mine attack. So that's why we're not really respecting Sableye. 2 copies of Boss's Orders. 4 Ionos. And 3 Judges. We want to be as disruptive as possible sometimes. This way our opponent's not able to set up their strategies. 1 deck that really hurts this one is Chien-Pao. If you're able to disrupt them enough to not let them get it back set out on play, and you can boss up the Frigibaxes, you may stand a fighting chance. But once they get set up, it's kind of hard for you to keep going. We're also playing 1 copy of Rigid Band. I kind of want to put this up to 2. So this is where you can remove the Artazon, put this up to 2. It gives Espathra essentially 290 HP, which makes it harder to one-shot. The harder Espathra is to one-shot, the more energies your opponent has to use, the more damage you can do back, and the more energies you can control. So maybe bumping up the Rigid Band Pokemon tool is good in this deck as well. We are playing 8 copies of Psychic Energies and 3 Double Turbos. I think the original list played 4. I cut 1 Double Turbo because most of our Pokemon don't use Double Turbo energy. It's just kind of there to help Bibarel retreat and help Espathra do a little bit more damage. But this deck isn't looking for the one-shots with Espathra. It's really looking to control how your opponent is playing the game. So keep that in mind. But that is the deck. It'll be in the description down below, and let's go watch it in action. Ooh, perfect. We're going up against Lost Zone. I think this will be a good matchup for us. We got some Crushing Hammers, which are okay, but Pokemon League Headquarters may come in super handy here for this matchup. Skwovet to start, double turbo, and we got a Judge. Judge will be nice. Don't know if I should play the Skwovet or not, though. But I think I will. I'm choosing a Nest Ball here. Grab probably another Comfy, or just depends on what they have in their hand. I'm not even going to speculate. They can grab whatever they want. But it is a Comfy, I was right. Nice. Do we attach the double turbo to Flittle? Looks like there's going to be a Giratina here. Jet Energy onto the Comfy. We saw the Grass Energy, so I think this will be a Giratina Lost Zone box. Crushing Hammers may come in handy here. But we're not going to worry about the Jet Energy on the Comfy, so we won't waste a Crushing Hammer on that for sure. And that's all they do. They pass the turn. Okay. Boss's Orders doesn't really help. We're going to play... Don't know. I think we're going to go ahead and... we'll play it for now. Play the Skwovet, and... if I play the double turbo on Flittle, there's a chance it gets KO'd next turn by a Cram, so I don't think we'll do it, but we'll judge them. Could have been a misplay to not attach to Flittle, but we'll see. Okay. Let's go ahead and Level Ball. Mimikyu is not going to be great. Spiritomb, Nikachov, Luminions, but we're not too worried about Luminions. I think we grab a Bidoof, because we don't have a supporter. And we'll wait to Skwovet next turn, because we do have a couple playable cards in our hand, so we'll just pass the turn there and let our opponent do their thing. Hopefully the Judge kind of messed them up a little bit. The Judge didn't help us that much, but it did give us a Bidoof down, which is good. They are able to do their flower selecting. Pokegear might get them a Roxanne. Okay, they got rid of a Town Store, so they're playing some kind of tool card. So maybe they're playing like the TM Devos or Crisis Punch, stuff like that. But we want them to churn through their deck a little bit. And they got rid of a Manaphy, which is fine. Cramorant is a line, and that's what I was worried about. They do have a switch card into Cram, so they will be able to KO our Flittle here. Does Cram go past this? I think it does. I think that's a little bit of a bummer that Pokemon League Headquarters doesn't work on Cramorant. But, I mean, that's Cramorant's ability. We'll throw the Skwovet into the active spot. We have to find a way to deal with this Cram. We top deck an Espathra, which is a little bit annoying. We're just going to have to Nest Dash here. And we top deck the Bibarel. That is savage, bro. Let's go. Industrious Incisors. Another Bidoof, Judge, Energy, Iono. We're going to throw down another Bidoof, and then we're going to Iono. We want to see a couple more cards. And we want to get down a couple more Flittles here. And we can get an Energy on it. We do have Erika's Invitation for next turn. And we'll pass. So getting the Energy on Flittle is good. It helps the Espathra be able to KO these Cramorants. And we'll see what we can do from there. Greninja comes into play, which is kind of scary if they're playing Water Energies. We haven't seen Water Energy. We haven't seen that many energies from our opponent anyways. They do finally get themselves a Chorus. We kind of want to see Giratina's come down too. We want to trap something in the active. Erika's Invitation may help us do this. We might be able to get a Pokemon stuck. Switch in that Pokemon to the active. So if we find something in their hand, that we switch it into the active. Okay. We want to hit like a Giratina, I think. Would have been nice to hit their Greninja, get that in there, or Sable. No, we need Jirachi. I don't know if we were playing Jirachi. I didn't check the deck to see if we were, but they did lost mine one Sableye. Sableye could be a little bit of a threat to us. They are playing Water Energy, so we do have to watch out for Radiant Greninja as well. Okay. However, Radiant Greninja does need 4, and Sableye does need 2 energies to attack. We have to keep that in mind as long as Pokemon League Headquarters stays in play. Did they play the Jet Energy to put the Comfy in the active? Yeah, they did. So Comfy can retreat into the Cramorant. They do put back the Water Energy. They do have Mirage Gate. They need double Mirage Gate here, I believe, to be able to attack with Greninja. So that they can load up 4 energy onto it. They probably have it. I wouldn't be surprised if they had it. Ooh, they're retreating early without doing another Mirage Gate. They were playing Iron Hands. Good to know. Iron Hands is a great target. Iron Hands would have been perfect to Erika's invitation. That sucks. Let's see if they put 2 energies. They did not put 2 energies on the Greninja, so Greninja cannot attack unless they can bounce the stadium. Yes, a misplay from our opponent. They did not read the card. That's good for us. Very good for us. Iron Hands also needs 5 energies to attack. So Iron Hands is a Pokemon that we are probably going to want to stick in the active spot when we get a chance. And our opponent realizes that they did a misplay here, giving us that emote. And we have a fighting chance. Okay. Ultra Ball. Let's start with some Crushing Hammers here. Heads is good. We can remove a Water Energy from Greninja. Force them to use another Mirage Gate. We'll go ahead and another Crushing Hammer. For nothing, which is fine. Then we'll Ultra Ball and get an Espathra down to protect that Flittle. And then hopefully we can get an energy to retreat our Skwovet. We do. We also get Counter Catcher. And a second Bibarel. I hate to use double turbo on this, but I think it's fine. We'll retreat into Espathra. Espathra is doing 120 to the Greninja. Let's go ahead and Industrious Incisors. Good. Good cards, good cards. I don't care about hitting into the Iron Hands just yet. We'll go ahead and do Psyball into the Radiant Greninja for 120. Espathra's ability also comes into effect, making them their attacks cost 1 more. So now Greninja needs at least 5 energy. No, yeah, 5 energy to be able to attack. We Crushing Hammer 1 away, which happened to be a water. And they have 23 cards remaining. We kind of want them to churn through their deck a little bit more. We do have the stadium in case they bounce our stadium, which is good. They're going to waste energy to retreat into a Cram who can attack. It'll take Cram 3 attacks to KO our Espathra. Whereas I think it'll just take us 2 if we are able to find another energy for Espathra. Another Flittle. Setting up another Espathra doesn't seem bad to me. I don't really think I want to Ultra Ball 2 cards away. I want to get rid of Spiritomb, but I don't want to get rid of anything else. I guess I could get rid of Mimikyu. I mean, they do have the Crams. That's the only way they are. We'll go ahead and Nest Dash. I want to find another energy for Espathra here. A boss. It could be an out. I want to do KO. I want to KO the Cram. Okay. Double Turbo seems fine. We'll play the double turbo there. Barrel for 1 more. I'm not going to play a supporter this turn because we have another Espathra in our hand. This does 100. So we'll be able to KO the Cramorant next turn. Seems good to me. And then we don't really have to worry about Espathra being hit by anything except for another Cramorant. Another Chorus comes down from our opponent. And how many cards I got? 7. They're down 2 Mirage Gates. There goes a Switch, which is good to see. 1 Switch. 1 Switch card. They have a lot of Switches remaining. They're down 2 Jet Energies. 2 Jet Energies. They have ways around our bosses. We have to be mindful about that. It's going to be hard to stick something in the active. I don't know how many Cramorants our opponent's taking. They did go down one Super Rod, but they probably have at least one more. TM Devo. Oh no, that's going to KO our Espathra. That's funny. They only get a single prize out of that, which is fine. But now we have to find an energy. Alright. Fair enough. That's one way to take a prize. Judge. Right, let's go ahead and evolve everybody again. We're not going to do anything here. We're just going to Skwovet. I don't want to Iono them, really. I don't care that they have a large hand size right now. Another Flittle. Down 4 energies. Don't know if I want to play another Flittle. Oof. Let's go Rigid Band there. Might have to Iono here. Yep, we're going to have to Iono here because I need a Psychic Energy. I need to KO this Cram. This Cram's annoying. There we go. Crushing Hammer. We could save the Crushing Hammer for now. Let's play that. I'm going to play the Level Ball to see what I have in the deck. We have 2 Psychic Energy left, so it might be worth playing down another Flittle. Okay. I have an Espathra in the hand. Crushing Hammer for later. Industrious Incisors here. Switch is good. And we'll go ahead and take the KO on the Cram. That's one less Pokemon to deal with. We still have Counter Catcher live. Basic Energy off of the prizes is good as well. And they promote a Comfy. They need a lot of energies to attack. They need 4 on a Giratina. They need 5. 6. They need 6 energy on that Iron Hands to attack, so Iron Hands is a great option to get stuck. They get rid of a Chorus and a Roxanne. I think they're playing 2 Roxanne if I'm not mistaken. We did see them grab one earlier, but I guess I did shuffle back their hand into the deck, so there is that. They might be digging for their second Super Rod. They are down quite a bit amount of energies. 5, 6 at least. There's one in the Lost Zone. They're almost ready to use Sableye, so I maybe should have not played the Flittle. Shaman EX. Shaman V. Revenge Blast, 40 damage for each prize card we've taken, so we've only taken 1, so that's not doing that much damage. Did just get a notification, need to silence my cell phone. Okay. Ah, they have it in here for the V-Star power. Interesting Lost Zone deck. We do have to pay attention to Shaman. However, that also needs 4 energies to do Revenge Blast. And a Grass. They did Lost Zone one of their Grass energies, but they probably play more than that. We haven't seen a Giratina, though, as well. What did they lost Vacuum? Oh, the Stadium. Okay, that's fine. We have more. Super Rod here. They get back 3 energies. Very well. Espathra still has the ability to make it harder for them to attack. There's their 3rd Mirage Gate. We'll see what they attach to. They're going for the Greninja play again. They can take 2 KOs here if they get 1 more energy on that Greninja and a Comfy switch. They can KO Skwovet and Flittle. There's the switch card. They need 1 more energy to attack with Radiant Greninja because of Espathra. They may not know what Espathra does. There it is. So they will KO our Pokemon. I probably shouldn't have played the Flittle. But it's fine. We'll KO the Radiant Greninja in return. They had to waste 4 energies for this. So I'm completely fine with that. They're down to 1 card, but they'll take 2 prizes here. And it looks like we're going to have to deal with 1 Espathra. I think I'm down all my Flittles. Yep. Another Crushing Hammer. Don't need to play the Crushing Hammer just yet. Let's just go ahead and Psyball this Radiant Greninja out of here. They're running really low on resources. We'll take another prize. Another energy. All my energy is prized. They come up with a Comfy. Alright, this next turn I think we're going to start utilizing our Crushing Hammers. We'll see where they put their energies. Let's see what their energy count's 6 in here. So they still have at least 2 jet energies in the deck. They just got rid of a psychic. There's another cram, but we can one-shot the cram, thankfully. And they pass. Okay. Let's burn the level ball. We can grab Mimikyu, I suppose. We're not going to play Mimikyu, but we'll just grab him. How much damage are we doing? We're doing 90. No problem doing this. And we'll hit for 120 on the Comfy. That way we can just KO cram straight out the gate, and we'll go to 3 prizes remaining. Let's go prize number 1. We'll do the zigzag here. Ultra Ball's good. Thin my hand. I can get rid of the Espathra EX and the Mimikyu, I suppose. Artazon from our opponent. 9 cards remaining. Another Super Rod. See what they get back this time. Cram and double energy. That's fine. We might want to start digging for our bosses. It's going to take... I hope they don't have another TM Devo. Another TM Devo would be brutal. Super Rod helps, though. Let's go Super Rod. Let's do that. And then I can Ultra Ball away. Should have Ultra Balled, actually. I'm just going to put this down for now. I don't want to risk getting KO'd by a Greninja play, so we'll just go ahead and sideball away this Cramorant. Go down to 2 prizes remaining. And next turn I might go digging for a boss's orders. Let's see, we're doing 120 on our own. If I attach another energy, that's like 150. Not quite enough to KO the Iron Hands. No basic Pokemon for our opponent. I guess they're only playing 1 Sableye, or it's prized, which is good for us. We haven't seen them play any counter catchers or boss's orders, so they could go after my Flittle. There's a Mimikyu. Did not see that guy coming. Energy on the Cram. They're going to come up with Mimikyu so that I can't get a KO. Okay. Maybe we can stick Iron Hands. Let's go and evolve to protect this Flittle. I think now's the turn to dig for boss's orders. Let's get Skwovet into play. And we'll get rid of all this stuff. Don't need the Crushing Hammers. Pokemon League Headquarters is good. We will play that. And Industrious Scissors for 5. Digging for a boss, counter catcher, something. Well, I want to save most of these cards. Earthen Vessel, get rid of an Ultra Ball. Grab an energy. Let's grab 2 energies. Put 1 here. Ultra Ball away these. For nothing. And draw 4. Counter catcher doesn't work. Do I care about Ionoing them? I mean, they stay at 2 anyways. We'll leave it because we have counter catcher in hand. In the case that they're able to KO our Skwovet, we can counter catcher up the Iron Hands. And I don't want to dig too much because we have 13 cards and they have 9, and they may have more ways to put cards back in the deck. They have played 3 Super Rods, so I don't know if they play a 4th. They just pass, okay. Did we play boss already? I don't think we did, right? We didn't. So we're still gonna dig for the boss. A Judge. Bibarel. There's the boss. We could KO Cramorant or could KO the Iron Hands. I know we have at least one more Psychic in the deck and double turbos. Let's KO the Cramorant. It removes that threat from the board. I don't think they have any more recovery cards. That can get us a Mimikyu to handle their Mimikyu. They play comfy. Which can definitely retreat into the Mimikyu, of course. They're going to Flower Select. This is a tricky match to navigate. They get rid of a Water Energy. I think their goal... I mean, there's no reason to stall me because you have less cards than I do. You have a total of 11. I have a total of 18 cards. So even if they play Ionos and stuff, they counter catcher me. Sure. I have Switch. If they don't go, if they need to put Mimikyu in the active though. Otherwise, I will get out of it. Have Switch in hand, so they may not have a way to switch to Comfy. If they don't, then we win, and good for us. We were able to outlast them, and this is what there it goes. That's a dub. This is what this deck does. It outlasts our opponent. Switch into our Espathra and go ahead and sideball away the Comfy for our last prize card with the dub. We could have also won by deck out, I believe. Take our last prize, which is another Switch, which would have been helpful. There we go, a dub with Espathra. Regieleki V. So that's V Max. So what is this? A straight up Miraidon? What's that Pokemon that hits the bench that's an electric Pokemon? Pretty sure there's a Pokemon that hits the bench that's an electric Pokemon. I don't remember. That's it? They just pass? Man, do I even want to Iono you? Play another Flittle, and we'll put the energy on the bench guy. I mean, I want to set up too, but ugh. I need to Iono. Iono's better than Judge right now because it gets me more cards, gives them more cards, but see, this is what I needed. Here we go. Let's go with Bidoof, and you're welcome. I know, it helps you. They could possibly attack. I don't know if they're playing stadiums, and I don't mind if we lose one Flittle. Let's leave it as this. We need an out to Bidoof though. Not Bidoof, Bibarel. Another Regieleki V is fine. Mareep. We want to definitely target the Mareep. Energy on the Regieleki. Oh gosh. They just KO the Flittle like that. Give me the Mareep, please. We can counter catch the Mareep. I think I want to counter catch the Mareep. How much does the VMAX do? Not 100% sure. Another League Headquarters. Okay, let's do this. Let's play the Rigid Band. Guess we Erika's Invitation. I just want to see what they have in their hand. Boss's Orders, Energy Stickers, Clara. Oh, that sucks. So even if we counter catch the Mareep, they could just Clara it back. It's fine. Because we have Crushing Hammers and stuff, and this is energy recovery for them. So we'll just sideball, get rid of this. And we get to take a prize card because we are dead right now. Number 5, Ultra Ball's good. We could get rid of whatever card we draw next and one of the League Headquarters and go from there and get ourselves a Bidoof. As long as they don't boss. I mean, they could boss, I suppose. I don't mind if they boss, though. I don't think they're going to KO. I guess if they evolve, they didn't have a VMAX in hand. They are going to boss. They can do a Switching Bolt. They do have another energy. So now they won't be able to attack unless they draw it into an energy, because I'm going to play the league headquarters now. Empty our hand. Alright, should be fine. Crushing Hammer is even better. Oh. Oh. Bummer. Bummer. It's okay. Gotta do what we gotta do. This still means they have to attach an energy. Okay. Looks like we're gonna research this turn, so we'll Ultra Ball away Judge Iono. I think we want to grab a Mimikyu for sure. Basic Pokemon V. Mimikyu, we can level ball for Spiritomb. They're probably playing Raikou, so we can just throw down Spiritomb. And if they're not, we can just give it away. Crushing Hammer is nice to see. Second Bidoof might be... Well, we have Switch now. Getting a second Espathra doesn't seem bad, so we'll do that. We'll switch. Doing 90 if I attach, do 120. Which is enough to KO, so I don't necessarily need to attach. Let's not play that yet. Okay, we'll just sideball for 90. Next turn we can take the KO on this one if it's not able to switch. And we should be able to prey on our opponent not being able to set up very well. Level ball for our opponent, that can get them another Mareep if they want. They do have another Mareep. Bad for our Crushing Hammer strategies. They did have a counter stadium and a boss. Okay, they still can. They can attack the Flittle. How rude. We just attach an Iono. Don't know if we have another stadium. I think we only play 2. Play 3. Okay, cool. Skwovet's nice. Skwovet, let's get down another Flittle. Just kidding, we don't have one. Do we have Super Rod in the deck? We don't, it's prized, unless it's in my hand. If it's in my hand, then I missequence this. It is in my hand. Funny. 2 Flittles are in the discard. No energies are in the discard. That's alright. We'll get the Flittles back. I'm not going to Skwovet. I want to save the Switch just in case they have another way to get me out of here. Okay. That's good. And we'll hit for 120. So now these Regielekis are within range. Our opponent may or may not have better cards because I did Iono them. If they do have a... there's a VMAX. Takes 4 energies to attack though. I'm a Miraidon. Opponent's starting to go here. 120 is not going to be enough. How much HP do I need? 220. 100 more damage. Iono from our opponent. Oh no, I lose my energy Crushing Hammers. But they only draw 4 and I draw 5. Boss's Orders is nice. Possibly. Electric Generator. How much are you hitting? 220? So they can't one-shot. Oh, but you're hitting like 250. Yeah. 250. They still can't one-shot. Raichu is a problem. We can definitely boss the Flaffy if we need to. Powering up Raichu. Regieleki's stuck in the active though. Raichu can definitely one-shot. They only have 1 card in hand. Get rid of these. Grab ourselves our second Espathra. We use Counter Catcher, so we have another boss. I think we're hitting 90, which is enough to KO the Flaffy. They've only used one generator. They have one card in hand. So I'm not too concerned. We'll attach there. I think we'll boss the Flaffy. Put us on even pricing. Skwovet away the energy and see what we draw into. Crushing Hammer seems good to get off of that Raichu. We missed. We also have Mimikyu, which is a good counter to things. Let's go to Industrious Inserts. I might want to attach an energy to Mimikyu next turn. Okay, we're not going to play any of that, and we'll just KO the Flaffy so they can't keep attaching energies to the bench. I know they play Clara, but we got rid of the Clara out of their hand. There's an Espathra that's useless for us. Okay, we're going to start charging up the Mimikyu because they can't hit through Mimikyu unless they play Flaffy. And how much damage does Flaffy do? 50. So Flaffy has to take 2. Well, this actually makes them do 80. Oh no, Basic Lightning. So Basic Lightnings do more. Another VMAX. Another VMAX. See what they've got. Tandem units. They're down 2 Mareeps, I believe. Which is good. They may not play another one. Okay. One card in hand, which is nothing. Perfect. Another Crushing Hammer. Mimikyu. Hitting 120. I'll hit 150 if I attach another energy. But I already did that. Does Crushing Hammer matter right now? I mean, they have to get 2 energy on Raichu, and Raichu has to be on the bench for Electric Generator. Yeah. They can retreat it, though, but that's fine. Let's go ahead and hit 120. We don't need to do anything else, and I like the rest of the cards in my hand. And we'll just kind of slowly chip away at all their Pokemon. I wonder why they didn't do Fast Charge. Because they can't! They need 2 energy for Fast Charge, and 3 energy for Dynamic Spark. That's why they didn't do Fast Charge. Duh! Come on. Oh, no. Excuse me. They need 3 energy for Fast Charge and 4 energy for Dynamic Spark. Espathra plus Pokemon League Headquarters is brutal against basic Pokemon. I know they have energy recovery. Like, we saw them have energy sticker. They don't have any energies in the discard, though. But they will soon. This Raichu can retreat, and they can start, like, sponging hits. A boss's orders is perfect. We can switch out of this. I'm actually going to use the double turbo and save the switch card to switch. I don't really need to play the double turbo anywhere. And we can get rid of the Raichu, which is huge. Okay, let's burn this level ball. Obviously, we don't need that. And let's burn this double turbo on the Bibarel. Switch back into our big boy Espathra. And we will take the KO. And our next target's probably going to be either Miraidon or Raichu. If we can get into them, but we'll see what happens. Hey, there's another Flittle. And an energy for Mimikyu. Mimikyu is going to be great. Let's see, they have, well, they need to have bosses. They've burned 2 bosses' orders, though. 3 bosses' orders. So Mimikyu is going to be really good unless they have, like, an escape rope, but they probably only play at least 1 escape rope. So this is looking really good for us. Our opponent did struggle in the early game. We were able to set up and get going. Mimikyu is going to give them a really tough time, but they can sponge some hits. Another energy. How much damage are we doing? 120? It does half hit this, so there's no reason to attach to Espathra yet. So we'll attach to Mimikyu. And we will hit for 120. I mean, we really don't have to do much anymore. And that's the beauty of this deck. Like, you don't have to, like, oh, what do I do here? What do I do there every turn? Like, some turns you just kind of get to chill and let your opponent be in the hot seat. There's the escape rope I was talking about. We're going to go into... it doesn't matter. We're just going to go into the other Espathra. I mean, it doesn't do much for them. This makes it so that they can't attack either very easily. And our opponent concedes. That's what Espathra does. Thank you, everybody, for sticking around to the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed watching the Espathra deck do its job and just kind of control what your opponent can do. It's kind of a controlling aggressive deck. I also want to try to do something with Banette in there to kind of like set up the early games. I don't know. I think that might be too much, like energy control, item control, whatever. It'll be cool, hopefully, if I can cook it up. Maybe. But anyways, once again, thank you for sticking around to the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed watching the matches. If you do, go ahead and leave some comments down below on ways I can improve or things that you like or don't like or just general stuff. Just leave some comments. Let's get some conversations going. And once again, and as always, we'll see you next time on Crash Blade Gaming.